Hey there, how you doing? I'm Steve at Blackstar HQ this evening. Welcome to this webcast. Tonight is all about the blues.
Say what?
The blues, brother, the blues. Okay, so we've got some amps behind me, and we're going to go through some of the tones, some of the features to be able to obtain a good blues sound. Right from our high-end stuff like Artisan, our middle range, Venue, some of the HT Fifth there, which is a great amplifier that you see occasionally in some stores, but there is also one in black called a 5210. It's a 2x10 5-watt valve amp. And then some of the digital stuff as well. We've got an ID Series here, 30 watt, and an ID core up the top here. We're going to play to a couple of tracks. I've got some pedals that I brought in with me, my own personal stash, if you like, to go through the Artisan, so we can get some wonderful tones that way as well. But generally speaking, a lot of players just like to plug direct into something like this, so you can really drive it, and it gives you a great, someone like Billy Gibbons for example, who's a huge fan of this here amplifier. So let me just show you what it will sound like just basically clean. The guitar, as always, I've got with me is pretty versatile. I can switch from humbuckers through to single coil, series and parallel here, and I've got a 5-way selector, so it will cover basics of things like 335s, Les Paul style, F-type style, and everywhere in between hopefully, so it'll give you a good idea of what's going on there. So I'll be switching through some different tonalities, but at the moment I'm just simply going to channel 1 on the Artisan 15 head. It's a great tone. All I have control wise on there is a tone and a volume. So let's just turn the reverb off for a second. That's like a humbucker on the neck. On the bridge there. If I really drive that channel, onto single coil. Really sweet, nice tone there. Let's back it off just to roughly where I had my pedals set up with it. So driving something through there, I'm using an LT dual pedal, which is on my board permanently. It's a great double stage of overdrive or distortion, if you want to word it that way. It's got Blackstar's patent ISF on there and a tone control, and you've got 2 independent volume and gain controls for each channel. So let me go from my green channel, which is more of a rhythmic type sound, a subtle bluesy crunch if you like, over to the red channel, which is a little hotter, and the main ingredient being this, of course, the Source Artisan. So I've got quite a nice array of overdrives that I can use in with the amp. And we all know that a lot of people out there these days are really digging using pedals. So to have a good basis, a good clean channel, or a channel that's just breaking up, like an old British 60s style V amp, really cool. Good place to start. So I'm going to play along to a real cool track. It's not going to be a guitar competition, if you like. It's more like a conversation. It's an artist that I'm really into right now from the States, called Gary Clark Jr. And hopefully we can have some sort of melody happening. So I'll play along to a track. The basis of the track is an E minor, sorry, an A minor, and he has a nice reverb on his sound, kind of like almost like an old F type. And we'll jam along. Great track. So check that guy out, man. Gary Clark Jr., really cool guy, American artist, and great blues writer. So there I was basically using an octave pedal to play along with some parts, the wah-wah pedal, and the LT Blackstar dual going through an Artisan 15. It sounds killer, really nice. Okay, so yeah, we've got the Studio 20 from the Venue range here. It's like a middle-priced amplifier, as we've said, on top of a Venue 2x12, which we've angled on its side, just to bring it a little bit higher for room. But it does look really cool like that. A lot of guitar players are using that. So we've got some nice features in here like effects loop enability, reverb, which is a digital circuit which works really well for both clean and the overdrives. It's more controllable. We've got 2 channels, clean and overdrive. Overdrive using a 3-band EQ with our patent ISF to get our more American or woodier British style tones, and master volume at the end there. The clean just uses a single tone control. So it's a nice clean sound. I've got some reverb on there. So going for like an out of phase, second position, single core, like a Strat kind of thing. Really quite nice. If I want to push a bit more drive through there, you can kind of switch to a humbucker idea maybe. Yeah, quite nice. Very usable. You can imagine a 335 going through there, sounding really quite gnarly. Over to the overdrive channel, same amount of reverb, but certainly more controllable, you know. A spring reverb, a natural spring reverb will often get quite wishy-washy with a high gain sound. Yeah, really nice. Again, the clean channel on here is really great for pedals, but this type of amplifier will come with a foot switch, so it's really ready straight out the box to gig with. Very lightweight as well, being a 20-watt head, it's only quite small. Yeah, great. It's really popular for gigging and stuff. See a lot of players out there, especially in the blues area, using the Studio. So let's play along to another track and see what we can get, see what kind of tones we can get. Yeah, that was the Black Keys. This evening we've really only looked at like modern blues, so it's important that to kind of emphasise, as you all know out there, I'm sure, there's lots of different styles of blues, you know, and I think it was Jimi Hendrix that once said that the blues is easy to play but hard to feel, which is a really important saying, I think. You know, I'm not going to profess to be any kind of blues whiz. I'm more of a kind of straight down the line rock guy, but blues is the root of everything. You know, it's where it all began, and it's a good place to start. If you're watching and you think, oh, shall I get into the blues? Yes, you should buy a lot of blues records and just jam along, you know, find out your pentatonics that fit around it and all the positions, and it's a really good way to bring you into the envelope of everything else that came after it, you know. So it's important to kind of talk about, you know, let's look at a more of a vintage blues sound. So let's back off the overdrive on here, on the gain stage. It's kind of nice. And let's play along with a really nice old blues track, a British piece, Mr. Peter Green, an instrumental version of a Fleetwood Mac tune, and you know, you can get those real nice subtleties as well. So humbucker, and a really cool thing to do as well and to try is to just roll your tone to get like a more phased sound. Real nice tip that a lot of blues guys use. We're still going through the Studio 20, of course. you know, so like a little bit of a jam there with an old Peter Green classic there. Not really doing it much justice, but you know, you get the drift. So you can really back off the drive, get some really nice, sweet, old school sounds as well. So a great product for somebody that maybe can't quite afford the hand-wired sonic purity of the Artisan range. You can still get some cracking tones out of this. So onto a 5-watt valve amplifier. This is the HT 5th. You'll see it's in cream. It's a model that we released on our 5-year anniversary. There are still some around, so if you see it, it's a limited edition. Get hold of it. Great amplifier. There are some other versions out there that are current stock though, called a 5210. It's just in black, without the baffle. But on here we have 2 channels. Again, very similar controls to the 20. Built-in digital reverb, overdrive with its own EQ section, bass, middle, treble, patent ISF, and the clean just having a tone and a volume. But really nice amplifier. I own one myself, personally, that I keep in my studio at home, and it's a really nice product. So currently there we've got a fair amount of reverb on there. The volume is pushed to around about 3 o'clock. So if I go for more of a Strat sound, we're going to get quite clean. You get the idea there, a really nice, smooth, clean tone. So it works well for that kind of Mayer-esque sound. Nice blues track by a Blackstar fan, Sambora. But if we push it up all the way, which is only a little bit more of course, and we go for more of a humbucker sound on the bridge there, it gets really gnarly, a great blues amp. Really quite nice. And then over to the overdrive channel. We get a real smooth distortion. It's about as little as you can get out of it. It does push quite hard. So at the moment, yeah, we're roughly just moving the gain up a little. As I said, you can push that quite hard, so if I just take the gain up a lot. More than enough for the blues rock genre. But just back there, just into the gain segment, just a little. It up more for that gaining sound. Great product. Well worth looking at. Of course, they do it in a 1x 12 option as well, just the HT5. You can get it with or without reverb. Reverb is always nice to have. Again, effects loop on there, emulated line out, reverb, lots of choice. And on this one we even have an MP3 in, which is really cool. So more up to date with the digital stuff, just to kind of give you a more inexpensive home amplifier type option. We've got the ID series. This is an ID 30, and then we've got the ID Core 20, this here stereo baby. The nice thing with the ID series is you can really match the valve to the voicing. So at the moment I've set up a KT66 British Crunch, which is perfect for that old school M sound, for the likes of Bonamassa, the early ZZ Top stuff. So this is quite a nice tone and really very, very loud for a non-valve amplifier. So yeah, so a KT66 on a British style sound, a room reverb. Let's go for a humbucker on the bridge. Just rolling the tone back there, you can really hear that bluesy hum. Now, closing my eyes there, that really, honestly, hand on heart, does not sound like a digital amplifier. So please, you know, if you are thinking about getting something that sounds vintage and you can't quite afford that high price point, really check out an ID series amplifier, KT66, crunch voicing, British on the ISF with a touch of reverb, and you are really there, you know. Really great. Again, you can get some wonderful clean sounds out of this. If I just dial in a warm clean, if we back off the gain, more of an American sound on the ISF with a 6L6, and open up the reverb for more of a larger spring. Really useful, great for recording. Get a microphone in front of it if you're at home recording, but also USB connection to our Insider software, as well as it acting as a USB interface for recording, and emulated line out, MP3 line in. Really such a great product. Check them out, ID series. The first thing we did in the digital side of things. Onto ID Core. Logistically, we didn't have enough mics to throw around and move around, so you're going to experience the emulated line out of this. And I've already preloaded a nice tone, which is one of the clean voices, of which there are 6 different voices to choose from clean to scream, as my brother Jay Hayes often says. But I've gone for a clean bright. I've turned the gain up all the way to get that really nice Stevie Ray Vaughan, almost Hendrixy style sound. So yeah, if I can just single coil. That's just one voice. Really open, expressive, clean sound, like an old vintage amplifier that you're really cranking, you know. So again, just add a phase on a single coil. Try some Hendrix, really get that nice raspy blues tone, you know. Great product. Again, USB recording out. It also runs with our USB connection via Insider, the interface. Foot switch on there. 6 channels to choose from. 6 storable channels. Super wide stereo. You've really got to experience these in store to get the real experience. You can watch video after video on YouTube and social media and the internet and what have you, but really get into a store, try them out, because it gives you a 3-dimensional experience, and recording that transpires to there as well. So it's really, really very cool. I've just seen a very, very good friend of mine who works here, a young guy by the name of Matt. He works in service. He really is a great blues player, so we're just going to grab him and we're going to have a jam, so bear with us a second. Okay, so guys, this is Matt. He works in service at Blackstar. So you can put a face to the name if you like, or the person on the end of the phone. Matt's a great blues player, a real blues player, unlike me. So we're just going to play to a track, and remember to follow us on all the social media avenues like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course blackstaramps.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll play you out, and Matt's going to really show me up. But we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.